Morning. Just parked on the road there, parking there for £5.50. Park on the road there for £8, having a laugh. Make it a sensible price, I won't mind paying it. But, just on a random obscure mission really. White Peak, so there'll be lots of fields, hopefully not so many cows, but we shall see on that one. It's one of them sort of strange, just out and about on my Todd, so I'll come and pick up a few random targets. So I've done the 74 aircraft wrecks in the Peak District and adjacent. I've done the 107 trig points in Derbyshire, the 88 trig points in the Peak District, the 17 sites of meaning of Middleton, the 12 or so companion stones and stoops, and various other sort of random targets for the hell of it. Oh, the Ethels, of course, which is what this is sort of related to. Once you've done the 95 Ethels, there's like a bonus mission appears on the app, giving you 75 hilltops. Well, I've done 69 of said 75 just in passing, so that leaves me 6 to pick up. I don't think there's anything particularly exciting about them, it's just a walk. So in theory this one's going to pick up 3 of the 6. So say I parked at Alstonefield. I'm just heading up here to a trail which is going to take me over in that a general direction, northish I think. So there's 3 hills I'm picking up on this, which is Gratton Hill, Narrowdale Hill, which is adjacent, and then a bit further over to the west is Wetton Hill. So the theory is it'll just loop round. So the downside is it's White Peak, there are lots of fields and stuff to negotiate, which is not my favourite thing to do, but it is what it is. We're not far, or we're nestled in between Wolfscoatdale and Thor's Cave basically, so that's sort of where we generally are. So we're going to turn left up here, just leaving the village as I say, and then this is going to put us on the trail all the way up to Gratton Hill. Testing out my new camera as well. I've bit the bullet. I've gone for the GoPro Hero 13 and the media center, so see if that improves the audio any more than anything. It's got a sort of built-in sort of microphone with a windsock and everything on it, which I couldn't really do on the 360. So time for an upgrade. I've got the Hero 3, 4, 5 and 360, and they're all getting on a bit now. So I've got the 13. That should do me for the certainly the next few years. See what access is like on these things. So there's no technical paths on them. In case of game to looking at, and hopefully I can summit them. There's my first target, which is Gratton Hill. So I've got to get up there, dodge the cows, get back down again. Now the plan is at the moment, until I see it, it looks quite steep on the other side, but I've got to go up there, get a coat of looking at. The plan is, if it's accessible, is to drop down the far side of it, which will put me into this bit of a valley, and then somehow up onto the summit of that one. So that's Gratton Hill, and that's Narrowdale Hill, and then over yonder. But I can get these 2 out of the way first. So say best case scenario is that up to the top of that, drop down the other side, and then up there, or worst case up there, drop back down, and then there's a footpath there what goes across and over yonder. So pick that up in some manner, whether I have to come all the way back or I can just hop across, because there's various gaps in the walls and things. There's all sheep, so I won't bother about sheep. It's just the cows that are a bit. Sometimes I'm all right with them, and other times I'm not so fussed. That's the target. But private land, that's not good. The first one shot down. Can I get to any of the others? I can get to Wetton Hill, but I'm not sure about this next one now then, so I can't get to Gratton Hill without trespass and stuff. So I walk back here, there's a footpath off to my right, so I'll intercept that and head over yonder. I've come up here from Alstonefield, carried on up there. There's a sign saying no access beyond this point. Carried on because why not? But then there's another sign at the end there, that wall, the green thing I don't got to show up onto camera. Well, at the end of this track, basically, then private land and everything else. Well, that's the target. So, you know, I could have sort of technically just bounced up it and see if I got away with it, but I'll not push me luck, not from this side anyway. The hill in the background, the limestone, there's a trig point on top of there, that's Wolfscote Hill. So Wolfscote Dale is just the other side of this, in that gully there, and then it'll turn around to go up to Biggindale at some point. We were down here last week. But yeah, mission change. So that's the first one, can't access from this side. There is a trail, an actual footpath what walks down between these two hills, so we'll see. I might be able to get up from that side. It's got a little bit of fields to contain me, I think about 6 or 7 fields to cross to get to the next main trail. White Peak is where I don't really like the White Peak. It's very stunning and all that, it is very pretty, but it's a different animal to what I prefer. I much prefer the dark peak. Less of this sort of stuff to negotiate. Random bunches of farm fields and livestock to negotiate. I'm not supposed to say sheep, fine. But when you come across a big field of cows and you've got no option, then it gets a little bit more daunting. I've never had any trouble with them, to be fair, but try to avoid them when I can. The trail I'm on goes up here and then it either carries on over below that one, which is where I'm actually next heading for, or there is a path that goes down between them. So again, can I get up that from this side? Target 1 scrapped. Target 2, see how we go. So this trail I think takes me around and curls me around probably the other side of that wall and then back down that track. So that should put me onto open access. All good fun for White Peak. Technically I could get up that from this side because there is a footpath what goes down there, and then there's a trail what does access up onto the thing. But I say there's a load of cows on there, so I'm not going to mess with them too much. Yeah, this one's okay. So we're through this fence and we're on open land bit looking at it, so this one's a tick. I can get to this one. I'm not a total dead loss. Strange configuration. Just approaching the summit of Narrowdale Hill. Right, the apex, Narrowdale Hill, Beresford Dale, Wolfscote Dale in front of me, over where them limestone is. Now at first target which I had to abort, private land, Gratton Hill. Now on the second target accomplished, which is Narrowdale Hill. And now once I've done here I'll have a quick drink and bath. The path goes back down this flank along there, and then I can either cut over there and come across some fields or come down a bit of road. 2 sets of road there and there, I think, and then back onto fields to get around that one. That's one of the Ethels. Well, I've been up that from the other side. There's a trail what goes around the flank of it on both sides. Go around probably this north flank, and then the hill, the third hill I'm targeting, is over the other side of that. Once I've done Wetton Hill, I might extend the loop round and go to Thor's cave and then come back round. We shall see. I'll make that one up as I go along. So I've just dropped off the summit of Narrowdale Hill, so I'm just dropping down now, back onto like a farm trail kind of affair. And so Narrowdale Hill is that one there. So now intersecting the road, I've got to turn right, go along here a couple hundred metres I think, and then turn left onto Long Lane, another bit of an intersecting road, and go down there, and then there should be a trail back over fields. Wetton Hill is technically 2 hills apparently. It's this is one of them which I've been to, and then the other one, as I say, is out of sight at this time. Okie dokie, I think I've skirted the cows for the moment. The path was up there, goes through a cow field and then into this field, so just gone down the road a little bit further, and that gives me this footpath, which is a better option. No cows. So I'm just going to go down here, kick me over to the road, and I'm going to go over towards that farm up yonder, and then there should be another trip. Now back onto the road, and just turn right here, about 100 metres, and then there's another path. It goes off to the base of that hill basically. So that's where we're heading. The footpath here on the left, and cows. Going on about cows today at White Peak. Can't be doing it. Fortunately, they're all looking to be over that side. I think I've just got to go across here, so as long as they don't get too interested in me, and stay where they are. In fact, most of them are in another field, I think, so that's okay. But obviously there's still several in this one for sure. So I'll try and do a stealthy mission across the field and not draw any attention. So there should be a trail round to the left and a trail round to the right. So I'll get a coat of looking at and see what we're talking about, but probably going right. Base of Wetton Hill, so I've got 3 choices. I can either go left, which is quite a long way round, go right, which is shorter but put me lower to go up again, or if I really want to get extreme, go straight up the top, over the top, down and back up. I'm not doing that one. I'm not doing that one. Definitely not. But definitely not doing that one. Not today. Bloody 25 degrees or whatever. It's warm enough on the flat without adding that sort of terrain to the mix, unnecessarily at least. 2 people. First people I've seen close up and personal, and a few others in the distance. Got to get up that. So I'll say I'm going around this corner. I've got to go up the valley, and I'll say I think the easiest flank is up that south flank up there, and then make it up from there as to what I do from there. Hello sheep. Nice breeze. Yeah, there's Wetton Hill I've been on before. Where you get to that one's not too bad. If you come up from that side, no chance. Come up from that side, no chance. But if you come up from Wetton, as you come onto the complex, onto the field, open access, you go along the wall where the sheep folds. So it's more or less stays on the level, just a little bit of down and up onto that one. So that one's fairly gradual to access. Not too bad at all. This one's a little bit steeper, but well, not too bad from where I've come into it. Got a summit up here if it's a false one. Yep, false one. And that is the summit burial mound of Wetton Hill. So you've got Gratton Hill, that trig over there, Wolfscote Hill over there. This is Wetton Hill also. This is the twin peaks of Wetton Hill. So where I came from was the other side of that. I'll drop back down, drop down the valley and down the valley to Wetton Mill, up the Manifold Way, up the staircase to Thor's Cave, up onto Elderbush Cave possibly, and then back over to Wetton, and then carry on over to Alstonefield, which is the next village over that way. And there is a trail on this side of the wall which goes down and around into the gully I'm after, but I don't know if I can. I'm assuming I can get out the bottom, but I don't know 100%. So I'll cross the wall and go down the valley. So I'm just backtracking a little bit of where I came up, and then I'll veer off to the left. Nobody. Stop that, it's too warm. Right, so that's Wetton Hill, both summited. Only that one today though. So I'm extending the loop from what I was going to do. So I'm going to drop down here, follow this wall around. Basically I came up that trail there, it splits, so I'm going to follow this wall around. That's going to put me down towards Wetton Mill and sort of circle around to Thor's Cave. Yeah, so just come from top of there, now doubled back on this little section. I say I came around the side of this hill and up, and now I'm off back down again, and now I'm taking the left hand fork. I'm just going to follow this wall down. Comes out at that farm and then drops you onto that trail what takes you down towards Wetton Mill. Spring gate with a big step. So you're trying to step up. You're also trying to stop the gate trapping your leg. Follow this valley now all the way down to Wetton Mill. When I came down here before, I took that right fork, which takes you up and over. There's a bit of a cave up there as well, and then drops you over to the tea shop, toilets, Wetton Mill, car park, etc. So all this from here down to the road will be a new pickup, an extra little bit. I'm going to shut the gate, but no point. Big gap at the side of it, and the river is dry. So yeah, this time of the year the river dries up, or it goes underground. Come at a different time of year, and obviously that's a flowing river. So that's it, we're in the Manifold Valley. We'll stay along this concrete tarmac trail until we get to the base of Thor's Cave itself. And there's the turn off, and that up there is Thor's Cave. So I'll go up here now, up this staircase, brings you up to Thor's Cave, go around the side of that, brings you up onto the top, and also if you go around there's There's elderbush cave. You can hear people chatting in the cave itself, so acoustics is sort of sending it down the hill. Might get a bit of shade in here. Carry on up this path, it'll bring you out to the fields, and carry on to Wetton village. Can we get to the top? Good grief. Thor's cave. This is notoriously slippy. It's very polished. But we got up. Hi. Not took it away and bagged it. Just on the concessionary path from Thor's cave, just the entrance to Thor's cave, and on summit there below that church spire, that's the viewpoint. So Elderbush cave is just over the other side, Thor's cave itself is on that face. So I just come through there. And on this say concessionary trail, what drops me out at the village of Wetton. A little bit of road walking basically from the end of here, and then back onto fields over to where the car is at Alstonefield. So it's just basically a square. You can go up here and turn right, or down here and turn left. That car park's just around here. Those caves just over there. So. Back in the fields. I'm guessing that's where I'm heading for. That'll be Alstonefield. Because I extended it, I think it was about 6 miles, I think, when I first plotted the original loop, but I've extended the loop to pick up Thor's cave and everything. So I'm nearly at 9 miles. So it'd be about 10. A good 10 when I get back to the car. And a few more fields to go. The downside to the White Peak. Farmland in abundance. Less than half a mile. And we're done. 9.5 miles now, so it'll be about 10 miles. By the time we're back to the car. So a bit longer than I planned for, but I've extended the loop, so it is what it is. Come down off the road over there to all these fields, and just had a quick look at the map. I think I've got 2 fields to go. This one up to this top corner, and then one more, I think, of similar size, and then we're back in the village. Put camera on. I thought you were going to have a standoff with me. There's a lambs weren't for me where I'm heading for. So all that squaring up, but fortunately all shifted. So up to this top corner, and then we're pretty much back in the village. Yeah, I can straight on and left, or left and right. So I'll go left and right. We're 9.97 miles, 10 miles, 5 hours 34 minutes.